What's up, guys? Welcome back to another workout video. Today is day 3 of my new workout program, full body. So today is the Olympic variation day. So I'll be starting off with some clean and jerks, 2 sets of powers, then 2 sets of full from the hang position, and then we have some back squat, and then I believe incline press, Pele rows, and then accessories at the end. So something I've always wanted to learn how to do was do a handstand. So I have that paired up with the cleans today, part of my movement-based exercise. So it's just going to be like me doing repeated attempts of trying to get a handstand. So the reason why I have these paired up with the hang cleans is because I'm about to go into clean and jerks. So this really helps warm up my shoulder as well. So for my second movement-based exercise, paired up with the clean and jerks, I have some back rolls. So I'll just jump with the medicine ball. And then as I land, I'm just triple flexion, absorbing the landing, rolling back, just some spinal flexion as well. Just a feel good movement, and it doesn't take a lot of effort to just fall. So it doesn't really interfere with the clean and jerks. I actually got this exercise from the mentor, the strength coach I'm working under right now. And like some, I guess, other benefits you can look at is some athletes struggle to get in a deep squat position. So what you can tell me to do is after they land from the roll and they come back up, boom, they're going to be in this deep squat position and to tell them to squat back up. So maybe that can expose them to that deeper range of motion, help with some mobility there. Also, like because we were basketball players, some players like don't know how to fall, like fall safely, I guess you could say. Like when you take a charge or when you're taking that contact, you don't want to just boom get hit and just lay flat on the ground because you're gonna hit your head first or something. So this really teaches you how to like fall and curve and roll, so you're not just hitting the ground super hard. Some other benefits you can look at. All right, done with the Olympic lifting portion of the workout. Now, about to head into back squats. And something cool to think about is like the reason why I put clean and jerks before the squats on this day instead of saying snatch is because obviously you do more load with the clean and jerk. But since I'm doing a full clean and I'm getting into that bottom squat position, it's like prepping me for my back squat. So I don't have to spend as much time warming up as compared to if I were doing snatch. I can only snatch right now like 135 to 140, right, versus 185. So just goes back to the whole thing I said in other video about the flow of the workout. How do you transition from one exercise to one exercise, and how efficient is it? It's been a while since I talked some philosophy stuff in the video. So my friend had asked me earlier. He was like, "What is one thing that you really want to work on or accomplish this year?" And what I told him is, I want to become so confident of knowing who I am and what I know that I don't feel the need to have to defend myself or overly explain a claim I make or who I am as a person to somebody if they have a different opinion, right? Because I think that when someone gets overly emotional about something, I think a part of it is because they feel insecure of whether or not they truly know what they know or who they are. So, yeah, that's something I want to work on. It's like, especially in coaching, like if I say something that I believe in, like my coaching philosophy, I want to stand like 10 toes down on it until I'm proven elsewise or wrong, right? Because I think I'm gonna not say too many, but I think some coaches they just hop on each new trend of fitness and strength conditioning that pops up, and they're like constantly changing their coaching philosophy when that means they don't have a good rooted, strong foundation and understanding of what they know. They just kind of hop on to the next training topic. And I don't want to be that kind of coach. I want to be the kind of coach where like I know what I know and I do it really well, and I don't get distracted by the new fads and stuff, right? Um, yeah, but also just as a person, um, I want to truly know who I am. What is my why? Like the same roommate, same friend, who asked me what I want to accomplish. He asked me what my why is, and I said, my why is I know that I want to help people, and the way I want to help people is I like to view, or not view people as this, but I like to see people as we're organisms, right? And as organisms, we have this thing called homeostasis. And what's cool is that we can disrupt homeostasis by adding stress to the body, which is like training, weights, sprints, plyos, stuff like that. And our body adapts to it. So I like that concept, and I like being able to help someone become a better organism physically. And I think that's my why. Like I want to be able to maximize your physical potential as a human. So yeah, I think one of the biggest compliments I ever gotten, or that I like value, is someone told me that I am unapologetically myself, and I love that because it's like I don't switch up to please other people. Like of course, like there's sometimes you have to act differently in certain environments and situations, like talking to a professor versus talking to a coworker versus talking to a family member. But like if you know who I am, I'm Kobe True. Like I'm not just a totally different person around these people and this people. Like I am who I am, and I don't change who I am because of what other people say. I'm true to myself. Kobe True, pun intended. But yeah, let's get into this set of squats. Squats went good. Just trying to make sure as I progress, I'm not sacrificing depth for more reps. Trying to get as low as I can through a full range of motion of the squat. And there's a time and place to do box squats, quarter squats, pin squats, all that stuff. But right now I'm just trying to get generally stronger. So full range of motion squats. Moving into the upper body block, we got some pin lay rows and incline dumbbell press. That last rep I definitely used a little bit more momentum, so I wanted to cut the set there. All right, done with the upper body portion of the lift. Felt really good, felt strong. So now we're moving on to isolation work for the legs, leg extensions, Nordic hamstring curls on the GHD, and then some ab work. We got some lateral leans using the Smith machine this time because I was using dumbbells. Then I maxed out the dumbbells we have here. So just going on to the Smith for a little more stability and able to load it a little heavier. So, last thing I'll give you to chew on is the beauty of being imperfect. Um, just think about all the lessons that other people try to teach you growing up, like your parents, teachers, whatnot, and they're trying to teach you like these core life lessons. But especially like in your teenage years, young adult life, you're like very defiant, and you like just goes in one ear out the other, and that's where the beauty of making mistakes come from, because some lessons can't be learned until you make that mistake and you learn that lesson, or it just doesn't like resonate in you deep enough for you to really care or follow the lesson. So like, I guess like a canon event for most guys, it's like your friends would be like, "Oh, you don't need to talk to that girl. Like she's gonna break your heart." And like you hear it and you hear the advice and you're like, "Okay," you get the warning and you get the memo, but you don't. Since you haven't experienced the heartbreak yet, you don't know what that feels like or know what to look out for. So you kind of just have to go through the canon event of every young guy and get your heart broken by a girl, and you just learn so much from it. And it's just all about your mindset about it. Like if you look at mistakes as failures, then that's where like the low self-esteem, um, low confidence, depression, anxiety kind of comes in. But like when I make mistakes, I just see it as like, okay, now I'm better. Like just because you fall down doesn't mean you're a failure, or you stumble. That doesn't mean you can't win. Messing up actually probably does more for you than getting everything you want in life, or always succeeding, always winning, because you just learn so many lessons, so many values from losing, from overcoming adversity, right? And kind of like to make it a little spiritual, people always question like, if God is all powerful and all loving, why doesn't he just grant all the prayers and wishes that we want, right? And it goes back to the idea of, if you were given everything you wanted, you wouldn't value life as much as you do now. So think about like a spoiled child gets everything he wants. Every time he cries, the parents coddle him, comfort him. Every time he asks for something, he gets it. So he grows up and he thinks that he's going to get whatever he wants whenever he asks. He kind of becomes dependent, and he doesn't know how to cope with not getting what you want, with messing up, with failing. And so with God, it's kind of like he doesn't always give you what you want, because we're supposed to have faith in him. No, we're supposed to have faith in him, even though we can't see him or talk to him or feel him in the physical realm, right? And so, if you were to just answer every single prayer that we ask for, then we wouldn't have faith in him, because it would just be like, "Oh, God's gonna handle it," and then just expect him to do everything for us. But no, like we have to meet him halfway. Like when you pray for something, you just have to put the work in, and you just have to meet him halfway. He's not just gonna spawn things in your life. He makes us earn it, and that's a good thing. Like earning stuff in life is valuable. That's all I got for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, hit that subscribe and like button down below, and leave any comments you have about training, philosophy, religion that you have. And like always, God bless.